Hi all, welcome to SQL Training Session. So in this session, we are going to learn how we can load the pipe delimited file to the SQL Server database table. Okay, for that initially what we need the file, pipe delimited file. So how we can create a pipe delimited file? Let's go. I'll show you the sample. I already have the pipe delimited file. Just in case if you do not have, I'll tell you how we can create source file folder. So here I have a employee data pipe delimited file. So whatever the data we have in this file, it should it is it is separated by the pipe. Okay, id, first name, last name, city, these are the header columns, and the one these three rows are the data rows. So if you see here, all the records here is been distinguished, or is been separated by these pipes. Okay, so for that, if you wanted one more record to be inserted, so what you need to do, you just need to add one here. And let's say we have record here, Ria name as a first name, and Sharma as a second name, and then we need to add one pipe here, and we need to add here as a Chennai. So let me save this file. So this is our pipe delimited file. So next what we need to do, we will create SSIS package that will load the data from this pipe delimited file to the SQL Server database table. For that we must create one table with the same schema. So I already have this employee data table with id is integer, first name, last name, city. Okay, and this table I've already created here. And let's see and go ahead, let's see, do we have any record here? If we have any record, let's truncate this table so that when we load this pad delimited data from that file, so we can check it, right? The file, the data has been inserted or not, so that we can check it here. So let me go ahead and execute it and see. We have already a record here. So what we are going to do, let me go and truncate this table. So now we do not have any record, so we have empty table. Okay, see, we do not have any record. So what is the agenda is that we are going to upload this data, whatever is available in this file. So for that we need to create a package. So if you see here, I have opened the SSIS project here, and I'm going to create a new SSIS package inside of this project. So for that you need to right click here and click add a new package. Once you click, you will get this package 1.dtx. So this is the default name. You can always go ahead and rename it. Okay, so I'll rename it as load pipe delimited txt file. Yes to all. Okay, so our intention is to load the data. So that means our source file is the txt file. For that, we need to choose in the control flow. We need to choose the data flow task, because the task what we are going to do is the data flow. Our intention is to flow the data from the source to destination. So we need to choose the data flow task. Once we choose it, double click here, and we'll come to the data flow task here. Here we need to specify what is your source and what is your destination. Okay, so we have a list of options given for the source here. So as we know that we have a txt file, for that we need to choose the flat file source. So drag and drop over the main screen here. So here is a red single symbol specify that connection manager is not established. Okay, for that we need to establish the connection manager for that. So double click here. Okay, and it is asking to choose the connection manager if you already created through this section. Okay, and if not, then you have been provided this new button. So click on new button, and it will give you a pop-up where you can locate your file. Okay, so this is the editor for the connection manager. Here you need to browse your file which we are going to read. Okay, so this is my file, employee data pipe delimited file. So we know that we have all the data is in English character, so we do not need to check this Unicode. So Unicode is basically for the file, for if you have the data in Korean or some other languages, not the English language, then you need to check this box. Okay, so there is no need to check this box. Then delimited, we need to, the format is delimited because we know that it is delimited by the pipes. So go to the left hand side. Okay, there is an option column names in the first row, that is true because our first row is the header row. Then go to the left hand side, these are the columns, verify your data, this is correct. Then if you see here, it has already taken your column delimiter as a vertical bar, as a pipe. Okay, so automatically SSIS will be able to read your file and check out what is the column delimiter in your file. Just in case if it is not able to find it out, you need to go here and you need to select the semicolon, whether your columns in the file is separated by the semicolon, colon, comma, tab or vertical bar. So in this case we have a pipe which is vertical bar. Row delimiter is always a carriage return, so which is fine. In case if you wanted to change some schemas, or we wanted to change, the data type and the column width, so here is the advanced property. Here you can always go and change. If you wanted to change the name as well, like in the database, if you have instead of first name column you have f name, so you can rename here. Okay, as in this demos I have kept the same name, so this is fine, so it is fine. And the last option is preview, so just preview the data is all correct, then click on ok, click on ok. So our source is now configured. Okay, now we need to move this data to the destination. For that we need to we need to choose the destination. So our destination is nothing but a SQL Server database table. So expand this other destination here, choose the OLEDB destination. Okay, drag it here, and before configuring it you need to attach the source to the destination. This arrow is nothing but a precedence constraint. This is basically this will give you the direction, like how it will give you the sequence of the task to be executed. Like this row says that it will give the command to the SSIS engine that execute this task first and then execute this second task. Okay, and the output of this source will be taken as an input to the destination. Okay, so now we have the red icon here. So that means we need to configure the connection manager here. Double click here. Now click on OK, as we do not have a connection manager here. Okay, I have already established because I have created previous projects for that, due to which it is giving me a suggestion that this is the connection manager you have already created. So do you want to use the same? Okay, for demonstration purpose, let me delete it so that I can show you how we can create it. Click on new button here. Now it is asking me the server name, how we can get it. Open the SSMS here, click on connect database engine. Here you will get the server name, copy it, cancel it, go back to your package, paste it over here. As soon as you paste your server name, you will notice that you will get the database name here. So our database name is a sample DB. There is an option to test your connection. So our connection is succeeded, it's fine. Now click on OK, connection established. Now the data access mode, it is stable. This is basically tells what is the in which mode you are accessing the data from the source. Okay, so we are accessing the data in the form of the table. Okay, just in case if you have a data in the SQL command, or you have some data in the some kind of the variable, so you need to choose this kind of this options. But in our case we have the data, we are accessing the data in the form of table. Okay, now we need to choose the table. In which table do you want to push the data? So we have this employee data. If you wanted to see the existing data, if we have in this table or not, so we can click on this button and we'll see. Close it. Now this is a very important part, mapping. So we need to always map the columns what we are taken from the source to the destination. Okay, so here as we have the similar name, same name in both source and destination, so that is why the SSIS is smart enough to automatically pick the names. Just in case if you have a different column name, then it will then you need to map this column explicitly. I'll tell you. Then click on OK. So error has gone. Now our package is ready. So how we can test it? One option is right click here and execute the package, and second option is this button. You can always click this button to execute your package. So this time I'll execute it and show you how the data will be sent to the SQL Server database table. Then we will change the column headers and we will see what is the change we will get to know. So just wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, here we go. So it is telling us that 4 rows has been transferred from the source to the destination. Let's go to the destination table and check out whether we got the data here in the destination table. Execute. See, all the data has been inserted into the employee table. So I'll do one small change here. Let me create one more table here as employee data, and let me change the name of the columns here. Instead of first name and last name, I'll choose the first name, F name and L name, and instead of city, I'll add like one address column. Okay, so I'll change the schema of the table and the table itself. So I've created a new table with this schema, and I'm going to load the same file to this table. Okay, so see what is the difference here. So for that, I need to configure, select this table. Okay, instead of employee data, I need to select this different data. Okay, this data. Okay, so we have the employee data table, we existing, we do not have any record here, but notice that column name is different. Okay, F name, L name and address. Close it. Now if we go to the mapping section, see, earlier what was happened, because the column name is same, so SSIS automatically maps the column. But in this case, we have F name, L name and address, and by this name SSIS is not able to find this same name in the source system, in the source. Okay, so that is why it is saying the ignore. So it is now our duty to map the columns. Okay, then click here. So we want our first name, the data which is inside in first name in the source should go into the F name field. Okay, the data in the last name field in the source should go into the L name. Okay, and the data in the city will go to the address column. So click on OK. This way you need to correct the mapping of the columns and execute the package. See, all the 4 records has been transferred to the table. Now you wanted to check. Select the query here and execute it. See, all the record has been inserted to this table. So this way, if your columns name is different, whatever you have in the source and the destination, this way you need to maps the column. So I think you guys like the video. Thank you and have a nice day.